warm welcome. This is Business Incorporated coming to you live from our Lagos studio here in Nigeria. I'm Chimezi Obi Iwago. On the show today, Ghana opposition seeks IMF view on $2 billion Chinese bauxite deal. South African watchdog approves Glencore's bid for Chevron assets. Plus, in South Sudan, youths trained to grow crops and run profitable farms. Let's get the show started now with the markets. And here on the African continent, the Nigerian stock market continued to the rebound, which it started on Thursday after the two-day Muslim holiday. The index was up 0.63% at intraday. Now the South African JSE index was also up 0.61%. Kenya closed in the red on Thursday, the first day of trading after the Eid holiday. Egypt remains closed. In the meantime, it's a week-long holiday for markets in the Middle East as they remain closed. The markets, which traded last on Friday last week, saw the Dubai market lead gains with 0.44%. Abu Dhabi was down 0.45%. Qatar closed in the red 1.50%, leading losses, and Saudi gained marginally 0.02%. And in Europe, markets edged higher in early Friday trade following U.S.-China trade talks and ahead of a key speech by Jerome Powell, the chair of the U.S. Federal Reserve. There are also a couple of corporate news on the wires, and Daniel has all the details. Hello, Daniel. A beautiful weekend to you.
Yes, a beautiful Friday, a beautiful weekend. I'm so excited to have 2 days off now and hope you're doing fine over there in Lagos as well.
I'm doing great. I know you always enjoy your holiday. You like holidays. Anyway, let's look at some of the corporate news coming in today. British Airways and Air France-KLM Group have announced plans to stop flying to Iran from next month due to U.S. sanctions on Iran. Will this be a key issue for other major European carriers?
Well, it's exactly what U.S. President Donald Trump wanted. We have to remember that he said if you continue doing business with Iran, you might be either hit with sanctions again or as well, or, you know, we just simply won't do any more business with you. That's what he was clearly saying when he said that he does not want to be any more part of this Iran nuclear deal. So yes, those are two carriers. We have also heard from other countries, other companies rather, that have also pulled out of the country. And yeah, this is actually what many also here in the business world consider as a very sad that those two carriers now are going out. It's going to be very interesting how Germany's carrier Lufthansa will decide about that. Lufthansa is also a carrier, even going with a Boeing 747 there every day right now, flying to Iran. For them, it's a very good business. And in general, Iran has been very attractive, or is very attractive for European carriers. They have a very good yield margin when it comes to fly over there. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. As far as I know, Lufthansa still flies there. Austrian Airlines, which also belongs to the Lufthansa group, is also still operating flights to Tehran. Let's see how they will decide. But yeah, it's as I said, it's really what the U.S. president and also what here the U.S. ambassador to Germany wanted when they were saying, well, if you continue doing business with the mullah regime in Iran, you're going to have serious problems.
Anyway, let's look at German engineering giant Siemens. That company has denied Manager Magazine reports that the company could cut 20,000 jobs as part of its Vision 2020 strategy. Update us on this story, Daniel, and how the stock is faring on the day.
Well, there was really lots of confusion about this story. This was really a shock here when it was announced that up to 20,000 jobs could be cut. Well, there have been rumors for a long time also that in their headquarters in Munich about 1,200 jobs could be cut. Also, Siemens was earlier this year in the headlines when they were talking about closing big production facilities in the eastern part of Germany, still a part where when you talk about the economy that it's not doing as good as other parts here in Germany, and that's at the same time it is a company that is bringing every quarter actually very, very strong numbers. So of course there is this question, well, when one sector like their turbine business in the eastern part of Germany is not going so well, why you still have to cut that many jobs when in other areas you make every year millions or even billions of euros. So what the Siemens company and also the spokesperson was saying, that they don't understand how this media report actually happened, that they don't have a plan to cut this amount of jobs. But something there has to be about this story. I mean, as I said, there have been rumors for a long time that Siemens wants to cut jobs. Let's see how many jobs at the end they will really gonna cut.
And it's a good one for the giant U.S. drug maker Pfizer, which says it has good news next week that could add $1 billion to its portfolio. What are the big corporate news or earnings should we look out for next week? Or do you think Donald Trump will tweet again this weekend?
Well, we always talk about Donald Trump, right? I mean, certainly the trade conflict, with the United States and China, possibly also here with Europe. I mean, this is still going to be the #1 topic, certainly next week. I mean, frankly speaking, this has been overshadowing the market since weeks, since months, I would actually say. But actually, there are still lots of interesting things to happen also next week, mostly about the economy. We're going to get the business climate index on Monday. Then we will also learn more about consumer spending here in Germany and also in Europe. Then we will be also getting news about the inflation rate, always interesting when you talk also about the monetary policy of the European Central Bank. Then also the German agency in charge of labor will report the latest unemployment figures for the country. Then the DAX company Vonovia is going to report their numbers as well. So yeah, there is a lot on the agenda. I won't be here. My colleagues will be reporting about all these issues. And yeah, with that, it's back to you in Lagos.
Thank you very much, Daniel. It's been a wonderful week with you anyway, so I'm looking forward to talking to Orich next week. And I will look forward to another tweet from Trump. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.